No one could have predicted what would happen next. The room fell silent, and then Musiq Soulchild, the neo-soul icon, walked on stage with mic in hand and whispered, "This one's for the ones who feel everything too deeply." No one was prepared. For this, not even Kendrick himself, not even the fans or the industry, was reimagined with aching vocals, haunting keys, and pure, unfiltered soul. It was Kendrick Lamar's most heartbreaking verse, one that left millions in shock when it was first released. The audience began to cry. The band stopped playing, and even celebrities in the crowd were visibly shaken. Some stood, while others sat in stunned disbelief. One viewer wrote, "I never thought I'd hear Kendrick." Another commented, "I'm shaking." This wasn't a cover. It was a breakdown, a confession, and a prayer. And then came the final note. The one that sent shockwaves across social media, because that last word wasn't Kendrick's, but rather a message. A warning and a truth we weren't ready to hear. This music didn't just sing it. Someone else wrote, "Soulchild has been a quiet force in R&B for years. He is a man of melodies, heartbreak, healing, and raw emotional depth. He has never sought virality and has never needed to smooth out. His voice, which is cracked in the right places and saturated with life's heaviness, that left the room gasping. You're not ready, but you need to hear this." Let's get started. When he recently revealed that he would be performing a one-night-only set in Los Angeles, fans anticipated nostalgia classics and possibly a few surprises. But nobody anticipated this, because when he entered the stage and muttered that he would be performing a tribute, the air changed. Kendrick Lamar is more than just a rapper. He is a poet, a protester, a truth in motion, and let's go back a little. A week earlier, there were rumors that Musiq had been seen at a studio in Englewood with a jazz trio and an old-school analog engineer. No one knew why, but insiders claimed he was recording. No one could have imagined what that would feel like until it actually happened. Something extremely intimate, emotional, and possibly contentious. Followed by a mysterious post on Musiq's Instagram with some verses that weren't just verses, but letters. And some of us shared the same address. Fans conjectured that it was about love, trauma, and death. Death, Kendrick. And then the flyer appeared. A black square with white text and no pictures. For one night only, the songs were performed live at the Velvet Room. As one blogger put, it wasn't a performance. Rather, it was a funeral for everything we bury to continue. From the very first note, Musiq didn't just sing Kendrick's words. He breathed them, slowed them down, and turned verses into cries, hooks into whispers, and more. We feel, but never say, that it sold out in minutes, and what transpired that night would become a cultural moment, and punchlines into pain. He began with a simplified version of You. But it wasn't just the song, it was also the way he performed. It teed that he was speaking to someone who truly loved him. He repeated, "You are complicated," until his voice, when the second song started, everything changed. The room was quiet, almost like sacred music, and the Soulchild, who was illuminated by a single spotlight, stood motionless. Suddenly, he started singing the first few bars of Kendrick's Mother, I Ober. But he didn't just cover it, he changed it. There was no beat. No when he reached the line, "I wish I was somebody, anybody, but myself." His voice was frail, wavering, and powerful, with only a soft piano and light strings for percussion. A few people in the front row gasped, while others wiped away their tears as his voice broke in a way that didn't sound prepared. This wasn't a cover anymore. It was a confession. A woman in the audience yelled, "We sense your music. You really caught everyone off guard," was what came next. He paused, looked down, took a big breath, and then recited this verse into the microphone. This isn't just Kendrick's story. Some of us experienced it as well, and we never told anyone. Asps reverberated across the velvet. The audience froze. looking at one another in confusion and shock as he sang the next line. "I know the secrets every other man in the room doesn't tell." They realized that music wasn't just interpreting Kendrick. It was also revealing truth. Was Musiq confessing to something? Was an admission a man in the room made? The rear exclaimed, "Is this real?" While another person murmured, "I'm crying right now," and the music keeps going. He ended the song with actual tears streaming down his cheeks, unwiped and unhidden. When the last note faded, no one clapped. Everyone was stunned and immobilized as the lights went down and the stage crew took over for the next set. A projector turned on and a brief video montage started playing behind music. It featured both unreleased and old Kendrick interview clips, including a private clip of him in a studio talking directly to the camera I held. This was the unexpected twist. I remained silent for too long while I watched the world weep for others, but now it's time for the crowd to gasp. Or was it leaked? The moment felt too raw, but then the screen went black and 4 words appeared. "We all have ghosts." You could hear a pin drop, and the show continued, but the audience wasn't the same. T began to go viral on the internet. Did Musiq just disclose abuse during that Kendrick cover? What did we just see? I'm in shock. I don't think that was a performance. It was a breakdown. Please check on Musiq Soulchild. As the evening went on, the tension only increased. And just when everyone thought it couldn't get any more intense, Kendrick himself replied just when Kendrick Lamar's official account posted a single, terrifying tweet at 3:42 a.m. that read, "Truth is layered. Pain doesn't always rhyme." He didn't lie. 14 words. The culture was rocked. Fans lost it. Hours after the performance, social media was ablaze with Musiq Soulchild's Kendrick cover and Pain Unplugged, and it was trending. However, nobody was prepared for what would happen next. That wasn't a cover, that was church. That was a healing salute, tweeted Erykah Badu, who uploaded the performance. Within minutes, celebrities began to weigh in on the music, confirming that something more significant was going on. Were they both survivors of something we don't know? No. This just became a movement. Preserve music that is led by men at all costs. Janelle Monáe tweeted, "Tonight, let us into his soul." I've seen a lot of performances, but I've never seen a man bleeds through a Kendrick verse like that. What the hell did we just witness? Questloved posted a reaction video on Instagram Live. The internet then discovered an even more bizarre deleted tweet from a former label executive, which resurfaced in the screenshot that is attached with a caption. When Musiq attempted to disclose his struggles to his label back in 2010, they hushed him, telling him, "No one wants to hear a man sing about this kind of pain." Tonight, he proved them wrong. That's when the second twist dropped. A private message allegedly from Musiq's manager leaked to the press. The message read, "He wasn't supposed to perform, he didn't even practice it. As we discovered with the audience, and the venue didn't approve it. The song was added to the set list last." And to be honest, we're still processing the fact that nobody anticipated him performing it, and that he didn't even practice it. Which clarified one tweet perfectly captured it. We just watched a man rip his chest open on stage, and the world felt it. This is no longer about music. This is about healing. In public. However, even though the voice and tears broke the reality, they also raised more questions about what he was trying to say and what exactly he went through. Statement. We respect artistic freedom, but we were not prepared for the emotional intensity or the safety implications of Musiq Soulchild's change to the set list. After the performance, audience support staff were sent to help anyone who was affected emotionally. Were they implying that fans were so emotionally affected that medical assistance was necessary? As if things couldn't get any more intense, Musiq Soulchild disappeared. His Instagram went dark, his Twitter was silent, and even his team posted, "Please give Musiq the space he needs." Multiple attendees confirmed that I saw at least 2 women being escorted out crying uncontrollably, and a man behind me was hyperventilating. It felt too spiritual, to be honest. I appreciate your love right now. E-rumors, and one fan leaked a direct message. Some fans thought he was just regrouping, while others feared the worst. However, the stillness only made the moment seem grander. Was Musiq getting ready for something? Claimed to be from a close friend of the artist who has been keeping this story for 20 years. What he said tonight was only the start. The tweet went viral, and within a day, it wasn't just fans talking. The entire music industry was on fire, with every talk show, podcast, and music blog frantically trying to unravel what just. Breakfast Club, Hot 97, Joe Budden, Sway, and even Naper all released emergency segments. The headlines included Musiq Soulchild's most unvarnished Kendrick cover ever, which wasn't a performance, but rather a confession. Why did Musk jeopardize his entire reputation for this? The fan reactions were overwhelming, and fan videos appeared everywhere. TAF Kendrick's lyrics revealing a different story. "I've never sobbed over music so deeply before, and I felt like I was seeing that." It wasn't a show that was a breakdown or perhaps a breakthrough. Instead, we just witnessed blackmail vulnerability in its purest form. The reason he vanished from the public eye in the 2010s is explained by this hidden truth. Was this his silent cry for assistance? Then came conflicting views. Some fans thought it was excessive. He needed therapy, not a microphone that was traumatizing him and not performing. Felt exploitative, and others clapped back forcefully. Nah, you're just not used to men expressing genuine pain. "Let's not silence black men," when Algra wrote. "I've been watching that video all day, and I'm still crying. He gave us his soul, and you guys are out here policing it." Then more artists jumped in the snow. B. "What you did last night was beautiful, necessary, and revolutionary," tweeted Common. "Here's what happened. He went live on Instagram and broke down once more." Buddy, even Kendrick's team quietly nodded, changing their bio to just the word resonance. But wait for the next viral moment. An old interview clip from Musiq 2009 that subtly stated, "Sometimes I sing about stuff that hurts too much to talk about. You will know me better than anyone else if you pay close attention." One artist wrote, "I've been analyzing music by Soulchild's entire discography for 5 years. Everything he's ever written was building up to this, and now people were delving deeply into Reddit music breakdowns on YouTube and TikTok timelines that connected previous lyrics. To this moment, the video received a score of 2 for performance. Million views in 12 hours sparked a movement when Lee Sing fans began sharing their personal tales of heartache, loss, and heartbreak, using music performances as a catalyst for poetry and art. Confessionals to pressure on the industry caused major streaming platforms to revamp their front pages. A leaked internal memo from Musiq's former label criticized the performance. Page's Musiq Soulchild trending Kendrick's cover of one of the #1 playlists, renamed Pain Unplugged, Blackmail Emotion Healing Through Harmony, followed by statements from Bet and the NAACP applauding the moment for pushing the boundaries of emotional storytelling in black music. He walked away from you because he is a human, not your brand, and you tried to silence his pain by having him scream into a microphone. But the pressure was building, and the music remained silent, and that silence was louder than any lyric, just when the internet thought it had processed everything. He is emotionally volatile and unapproved off-brand. And this isn't the music we marketed that got dragged online. Emotion from the performance. Just as the audience, performers, and even critics had finally calmed down, everything changed once more. A new, grainy, Vertical video clip that was leaked was taken from backstage and showed Musiq Soulchild slouching in a folding chair with his hands shaking and his hoodie pulled down. But it was his voice that sent shivers down the internet. "They instructed me not to talk," so he murmured, just above a whisper. "I didn't even plan to perform that song tonight." 2 was supposed to sing something safe. The camera pans slightly, revealing 2 guys in suits with their arms crossed and their eyes mute. Before Musiq looks up directly into the lens and declares, "But I'm not doing this for them. I did it for the younger me, the one who sobbed." By himself in the studio and called it practice. The internet went down again, and fans flooded Twitter. "We told him not to perform. He went rogue. This wasn't part of the event. There's a cover-up here. Being hidden now isn't just emotional. People." They were suspicious because some pointed out that the official event page swiftly deleted all references to the set list, while others saw that the venue only posted phantoms of the performance instead of verified accounts. Meanwhile, rumors of label pressure and emotional sabotage began to circulate, and a phony insider blog claimed that he was told not to sing Kendrick because he was afraid it would stir up trouble. Resurfaced a quote from an old radio show about music that said, "There was a song I wanted to release in 2015, too raw, too honest. They shut it down and said it's old wounds, especially considering what happened in 2015. Wait, 2015? What happened in 2015? Suddenly, that year trended on Twitter. Reddit threads lit up with fans dissecting every song and every interview from "That period would damage the brand, but I still have the master on a hard drive somewhere," and suddenly a new hunt started. Fans are requesting the unreleased song, petitions are being sent to labels, and TikTok creators are pleading with Musiq to release it himself. However, this is where things really got crazy, as Kendrick liked a tweet that stated, "This isn't just a cover. This was a transfer of pain." And then there was nothing. No denial, no comment. Just silence until Musiq shared a picture of a single cassette tape with the words 2015 written in black marker on Instagram. The picture showed a picture of me that was buried, and if I hit play, the comment section exploded. It's time to end the silence once more. And now everyone is waiting to see if Soulchild will release the lost track. He built one man, one cover. And now, a revolution might be on the horizon because sometimes it only takes one forbidden verse to change the sound of an entire generation. And Musiq, he's not done singing yet. What happened wasn't just a cover though. It was a message, a confession, and perhaps a warning if you listen to it. The industry is trying to stop him again. You're not alone if you stop scrolling during that performance, felt seen, or started crying for reasons you couldn't explain. This moment is bigger than music. It's about truth, courage, and breaking all the chains that told artists to keep quiet. So here's what we need you to do. Leave a comment right now. Should Musiq release the 2015 tape? One-time event or the beginning of something monumental? We're reading every comment and would love to hear your thoughts, feelings, and stories. Tag a friend who should hear that cover, especially the one who still thinks music can heal. And hit the like button if this performance touched you. If you haven't subscribed yet, you'll miss what happens next because rumors have it this is just the prelude to the story. The next note he sings could break the remaining silence, so pay close attention. Don't blink, don't scroll past this, and don't do anything else. The tape isn't the only thing that Musiq is about to drop. There will be more pain, truth, and resistance. Ignore that, subscribe, comment about the tape. Get ready, because this voice is going to alter everything, everything.